right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Love and Order, the show where relationship disputes are put on trial and justice is served with a twist. I'm Nikki 24/7, your bailiff for today's proceedings, and it is an honor to be here in the presence of the Honorable Judge Vibes. In this courtroom, we delve into the heart of relationship dilemmas, giving each side a chance to present their case and argue their points. Today, we have a particularly relevant issue that many couples face: jealousy and trust. Today, we're hearing case number L&O 004-2024, featuring Domalicious and the Barber as the petitioners, and L the Drug and Reek and Vic as the respondents. Again, the nature of this dispute is jealousy and trust. As a reminder, because remember, last week we had a mistrial. We don't want to confuse the jury, all right? As a reminder, this is a televised court proceeding. Please dress appropriately when in camera and conduct yourself with decorum at all times. If you have any questions or require accommodations, I am standing right over to the left of the judge, and please let me know immediately. Remember, anything and everything you say in this courtroom can and will be held against you in these tagged streets and, of course, in this courtroom. I run a tight ship, so stay in line, present your arguments clearly, and most importantly, respect the courtroom, Judge Vibes, and your fellow contestants. All right, I'm passing it over to you, Honorable Judge Vibes. I will be right here if you need me.
It's about to be a heater today. Thank you to my beautiful bailiff, Nikki 24/7, aka Miss Paper all day in my courtroom. Welcome to Love and Order. Love and Order is an engaging court show where contestants organize into two teams, one male, one female perhaps, tackle real life relationship and dating scenarios. Contestants receive their case scenario a day or two ahead, allowing them to prepare for their arguments. The show features 3 rounds: an opening statement, presenting arguments, and also the third round is closing statements. The audience not the audience, but we have a juror on hand. If the juror can have my juror box up really quickly, and so you guys can see face, because my juror is always excellent. Shout out to my juror. Y'all get a chance to see who they are. We have Smiley J. Smiley J, always on her J-O-B. Shout out to Smiley. I appreciate you, Smiley. And look, she's all, as you can tell, the name fits the face, and she's beautiful as well. So shout out to Smiley J. Smiley J, what are you looking for from our contestants today to prove their cases and to win?
Yes, I'm Smiley J. I am one of the jurors. Listen, we are looking for details. We are looking for every step of the way. We need clear understanding of your argument. Let's not do what we did last week. We oversteered. We had to, be escorted by the police. So listen, we are looking for clear. That's what we're looking for today. So bring your facts. Bring your facts and everything else. But we are in the back. We are rooting for each side, and we're ready to hear the case.
I love it, Smiley. Thank you, Smiley. Smiley will be on hand, and she will be on it. She's gonna be on it. Make sure you be clear with your arguments. Make sure you stay on point. Thank you, Smiley J. I appreciate you. And then at the end, we're gonna bring you up we're gonna bring you or Nikki up for the case decision for the case. I appreciate everybody being here. Oh, can we do me a favor and have my contestants go ahead and box up, please? All contestants box up, pleading their case. The plaintiff and the defendants, please box up so we can go ahead and get you guys started. In the courtroom, all I express for everybody is to be mindful of time when we're presenting first round opening statements, when we're presenting evidence, when we're presenting closing arguments. Be mindful of the time. Get straight to the point, and make sure the evidence and the proceedings and the statements stick to your winning the case. You got to stick to winning the case. So get to the point so we can get the court case done, and we can get to the judgment of the case. We appreciate everybody. This is going to be an amazing episode. Episode 4. Welcome to Love and Order. Court is now in session, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring our plaintiffs and defendant up right now.
Well, I am Domalicious Bay. Do not forget the Bay. You can catch me streaming every day pretty much, but you can especially catch me on Girl Talk Tipsy Tuesday, which is every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going down in my life, where it's not just for the girlies, but we definitely run the conversation. We're gonna have a conversation that I feel like girls like to talk about, and definitely come support, come through. I'm excited about the court case. We're gonna win.
Let's go. All right, Rick and Vic. This little intro. We're gonna find you a little bit about you. Everybody, they should.
We got the Weekend Royale going on at the end of the month here. It's for the GOF and BLK streamers that came onto the app. So it's gonna be a networking type of Royale for all of them. Come check it out. And Jared and I coming back soon, and we're gonna do a fade party one more time since they like this so much. First Friday of the month next month. So a whole lot more.
Shout out to the barber, man. Go ahead, introduce yourself, brother, and then after that, L the drug will go, and then we're gonna box up one team at a time for opening statements.
Okay, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Vibes, man, for making this show. I'm here to do what we got to do, you know, let everything be known. So shout out to everybody that's in here. This is the barber, one and only. I'm just trying to get this coffee made so I can wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm up. I'm wake up. So,
well, you got time. We're gonna box your team one first. You're gonna have time. It's all good.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir. Shout out to L the drug. Hey, excuse me, I'm addicted. L, I can't get L out my mind.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. What's up? My name is The Drug. You can catch me every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosting my featured show called Modern Day Bay. You know, we got to get Dom, we got to get Rican on the show. You know what I'm saying? Vibes and Barber have already done it. It's fun. Tap in. Shout out to the scouts. And I got notes too. It's really not fair. I got notes too. We about to. Let's go.
It's over. It's already over.
Let's go. We don't get
Barber can't even find his coffee. You know, it's a wrap.
I got it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Shout out to both teams, the plaintiffs and the defendants. If team one can box up, if team two box down, and we'll go ahead and go with opening statement with team one. All right, this is team one. So everybody in the comments can see, everybody in the stream can see. Team one is Don Malicious Big and Mr. OG of the app himself. I call El Presidente. He's the man. He's shout out to the barber. We're gonna get you guys opening statements. Go ahead and get it in. Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna go first for the opening statement?
Go ahead, Don. You go first.
I got it.
Don Malicious go first. Okay.
Good morning.
Court is now in session, ladies and gentlemen. Best behaviors, and let's go. We got it. Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. Vibes, you're looking really good this morning, Judge Vibes. I want to let you know them glasses are doing something for me.
You know, with no lenses, doing good. They're doing something for you with no lenses.
I'm liking them, like it, you know what I mean? I think I'm getting off subject, you know, Vibes is distracting me this morning. But I guess my opening statement is this. Let's talk about it. Privacy is for single people. Okay? Now, if you need all this privacy, you might as well just be single. It's not about jealousy, but it is about trust. And if I trust you and you trust me, then what is there to hide? We could talk about privacy, but we can also talk about being sneaky. You know what I mean? You could talk about protecting your privacy, but you know, if you want to be up in mine, I get to be up in yours.
Wow. Okay.
It's straight to the point.
Straight to the point. All right, Barber. How you gonna back up your co-plaintiff or co-defendant? I guess you say co-defendant.
I mean, she basically said it. Like, you know, if we say, you know, we need to know something, then, you know, we need to know something. Like, you know, I don't think we need privacy because at the end of the day, you know, hey, let everything be on the table. You know, keep. If you're honest, you're honest. You know, if you know something, you know something. So, and if you got any information that's trying to hide a secret, what you're trying to hide a secret for, you know, let it be known. You know, let everybody know. You know, let everything ring out. Put everything on the table. You know, so let everything be known.
Exactly. So we talked about trust and jealousy. Everybody knows jealousy is a human emotion. You know what I mean? It's a word for a reason. So I think that I don't know what human alive hasn't been jealous at one point of time. You know what I mean? And when you're talking about starting a relationship, building a life, You're talking about future planning. What's a cell phone? What's the look in the cell phone? We're talking about building a life, leaving a legacy. If you want to throw all that away over, you can't look at my cell phone. Whether I am jealous or not, we have chose each other. I'm just not picking up random people's phones and going through it just to be nosy. This is my partner in life. And I feel like we should be able to be open, we should be able to be honest, and we should be able to trust each other no matter what.
Right.
100%.
Exactly.
Great job.
Open
Great
and
job, Team 1. Team 1, does this conclude your opening statements?
She said it all. You know what I'm saying? She said
All right.
it all.
I'm gonna leave the meat and potatoes for the actual
Hey, there you go. That's where it counts. Make sure we get the evidence over there to the jury so they be convinced you win your case. So Team 1, I appreciate you. We're gonna box you down, and we're gonna go bring up Team 2. I'm sorry, Team 1, and then we're gonna box you down and bring up Team 2. Team 2 with Rick and Vic and L the Drug. We want to get you guys started with open statements. Who's gonna get started first? But before that, we gotta pay these bills. If you're just tuning in, this is Love and Order with your honorable, put some respect on my name, Judge Vibes in the building. Shout out to everybody, and shout out to all the beautiful people who wake up early this morning to join the court. This is some serious business here, and I think Rick and Vic has something to prove, and he walks around with a chip on his shoulder. That's why we call him the mayor. Shout out to both of these teams, and good luck. Shout out to opening statements. Rick and Vic, who's gonna go first?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are brought here today for the most egregious of topics. The most important thing in any relationship is what we're here to discuss. If you do not have respect in a relationship, you have nothing. So remember respect. We're going to talk about this further. We can pass statements. If you don't have trust, you have nothing. Remember that as well. Insecurity. Remember that word. Negative energy to a relationship. Remember that phrase. Selfishness. And the removal of one's individuality. These are the core things that I need all the viewers and the jury to remember as we discuss this case. These are the facts of the case. Everything else will be conjecture and opinion. If the other team wishes to discuss other things, they're trying to sway you off into emotions and thoughts. We are here to discuss facts, and facts alone. And facts are what is demanded of you and your duty as a jury. Remember that as I pass that on to my
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you need privacy for? I believe is what our opponents pose. What do you need privacy for? I don't know. They must like to go to the bathroom in public. For me, there's a lot of things that you need privacy for, even in a relationship. All right. Building trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Trust is cultivated through open communication, mutual respect, and consistent actions that align with one's words. Checking your partner's phone out of jealousy undermines this foundation, as it does not ensure honesty or prevent infidelity. Instead, it signals a lack of trust and can lead to further insecurity and conflict. Respecting each other's privacy is crucial in maintaining a sense of individuality, as my partner posed, and dignity within the relationship. Invasive behaviors such as constantly going after your partner or their phone can erode trust, foster resentment, and trigger arguments. This behavior creates an environment of suspicion and control rather than one of mutual respect and understanding, which is what the foundation is for a healthy relationship. All right. Establishing clear boundaries regarding privacy can strengthen trust and communication. By respecting each other's personal space and fostering an environment of openness and honesty, transparency, and clarity, partners can build a more secure and trusting relationship. This in no way involves seeking after the other person, following after the other person, or chasing after what you think they might be doing. All it does is pinpoint your insecurities.
Great opening statements. And if you're just joining, this is Love and Order. Both teams just finished their opening statements, Team 1 and Team 2. But now we're going to bring Team 1 and Team 2 up for round 2. This is Love and Order again. I'm your host and judge, the Honorable Pussy, respecting my name, Vibes, Judge Vibes. We're gonna bring up both teams now for evidence and proceedings and arguments. This round is gonna be interesting because we have both teams up and we get an opportunity to object respectfully. So shout out to the Barber and Don Malicious, because you guys box up really quickly so we can have both teams for round 2. Going to round 2, then after that we'll have round 3. We'll have closing arguments, and then we'll go into deliberation. My attorneys are ready to present their evidence. And remember, this round set was round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Respectfully, state your pieces and state your arguments. Keep it clean or keep it dirty, whichever you decide, but keep it respectful. But also, you have an objection. You have the opportunity to object. That's why I bring both teams up. You guys remember the teams: Rick and Vic and Elder Drug on Team 2, and we have Don Malicious and the Barber on Team 1. The Barber, I believe we're gonna have you guys go ahead and go first with your evidence. Present your evidence first.
We cannot be swayed by cute faces and Google searches. You know what I mean? We all can read an essay off the internet. That does not defend your case. Not at all. You know what I mean? The fact is, let's talk about facts, since we want to bring up facts. Cell phones are not privacy devices. They were not even intended for that. They are communication devices. These devices are literally used to track everything you do. It's nothing that you do on that cell phone that is private. We're all on cell phones right now, online. This is not a private conversation. They literally use all the information that you put on that cell phone is somebody else is collecting that data. Now, what you don't want, what you're not looking for is privacy. What you're looking for is to keep me away from finding out what you're doing. Because if you was that private of a person, you wouldn't be on your phone all day. If you was that private of a person, you wouldn't be posting everything on the internet. If you was that private of a person, you would not be online. If you're so concerned about your privacy, go build you a house out in the sticks somewhere. No internet, no TV, no nothing. Somebody's collecting this data. So it's not about your privacy that you're really concerned about. You're concerned about being able to keep things from your partner. Now the other side to me is sounding like cheaters. Okay? They need to be on that episode instead of Love and Order. Because what we're trying to build here is, like she said, we are trying to build trust. We are trying to build a life together. We are trying to build a sense of compatibility. Now, it does say that, sometimes a cell phone can be used to invade your privacy. But also, being able to go through each other's phone can build trust. Being able to be open with your partner and not have to worry about, hey, is my phone locked, or what's the passcode and things like that. It can build a sense of peace as well. So let's think about that before we go off of reading off the internet. Because I'm about building a life with you. I'm not about trying to get the right answer on the essay.
All right. That's amazing. Don Malicious, thank you for your opening statement. Wow, that's amazing. So we're going to go back and forth. We're going to go to Team 2 and the rebuttal to that one, and then we're going to go back to Team 1, and then we'll go back to Team 2.
Okay.
Being that the actual cheaters, having had this happen to me in real life, are the people who want to be in your phone all the time because they are so insecure about what's going on in your phone because they use their phone to cheat. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the crowd here, I love when my opponents make the argument for me. Okay, let's go to another thing. Phones are not privacy? Since when? You ever heard of a VPN? Privacy. Ever heard of a password on a phone? Privacy. Heard of rejecting cookies so that it doesn't share your data? Privacy. Heard of this little thing called the United States of America?
No.
Founded on privacy in the Bill of Rights. Privacy is inherent in this country. is it an inalienable right? You have privacy as an American, you have privacy within your relationship. Okay, next one. If you're saying the only way somebody can want privacy is to be a hermit, I feel sorry for your perspective in life that way. Because just going on the sticks and building a little cabin doesn't need to be the only way you have privacy. You can have privacy within boundaries within a relationship and still be open with your partner. Individuality is a beautiful thing. Why would you want to lose yourself in that partner and just live to what someone else wants to control you? It sounds very controlling, giving very dictator type of relationship. That's definitely not something I want to get with.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. We appreciate
Objection.
it.
Objection. Objection. Yeah, thank you. I got an objection. All that stuff and all the things that he said, we like to say it sounds good. Everything he said, it sounds good. But at the end of the day, in relationships, privacy is okay, but it's called confirmation. If you're dealing with someone and this is love and order, it's okay that sometimes, it don't have to be all the time because we're not controlling. We just, if I say, babe, let me get your phone. It shouldn't be a problem that you unlock your phone and I go through it. It's just common courtesy. It's called common courtesy because if you want to have my trust, then it should be a common courtesy that we can share information. It's called sharing. Sharing is caring. All right. So at the end of the day, you know, the privacy thing is you're using all these privacies for outside entities. We're talking about love and order. All right. So when we in love and order and we're trying to create a bond, you know, two shall become one. Correct? So why are we talking about privacy? It should just be an open book. Right? Now you can have privacy when I don't want to know your business, but when I want to know your business, guess what? I should know your business. So again, all that things that, you know, Vic was trying to point out, it sounds good. But at the end of the day, if we're gonna have love and order, I better be able to go through that phone. Okay? And then I'm not controlling at all. It's just, you know, I might want to test the waters. I might want to just see what's going on. And everybody has that. Everybody has that I want to know type of factor, right? The curiosity type of factor. It's not insecurity, it's curiosity.
I would like us to think back to the last couple of years, right? When we were hearing a lot about police brutality, okay? And what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to focus on a little phrase called stop and frisk, which was deemed unconstitutional, if I may, okay? So what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to understand that whenever a police officer comes up to you and he says, go on ahead, spread them, you know, and let me feel, let me check you, let me check your body, let me see, that is not legal. You understand me? Just as it is illegal for the police to go into a phone without a search warrant. You understand me? Privacy is part of the Constitution. You thinking that you're in a relationship over, like, superseding the Constitution is not only crazy, it's delusional, okay? What I need y'all to understand is that literally the people who keep law and order cannot go through your things without a warrant. And it is deemed unconstitutional to do so. It is illegal, it is unallowed, it is not okay. And so for you to take those things and put them in your relationship as if, oh, I believe Team 2 said, oh, baby, let me see your phone real quick. What is the difference between saying stop and spread them?
Object. Object.
I'm just asking. Go on ahead.
No difference at all.
We have an objection to point L. We have an objection. Don, go ahead and state your objection. What is your objection?
Yeah, go ahead, Don.
Off subject. What are we talking about here?
It's on subject.
Spread 'em. What are we talking about?
Where does Freedom come in this?
It's a reference to privacy and illegal search and
We're
seizure.
talking about looking in the cell
Stick with
phone.
it, Team
Right,
One.
and
Stay
just
with
like
it.
I said, you need a search
And
warrant
we
to go
brought it
through a
to police
phone.
brutality.
You gotta put order in the court, ladies and gentlemen. This is okay. Let's get to go ahead, get to your point. Finish the statement. We got
My
order in the
point
court.
is- My point is, if the nation deems this is unconstitutional, as the nation does not allow this to happen for the people that literally keep law and order in effect, right? If the nation does not allow that, why would it be okay in a relationship, it is not on a much smaller scale. It is not okay. It is an invasion of privacy. Privacy is a constitutional right, and everyone, whether you're in a relationship or not, deserves it.
We have already both had our opening opportunity to voice our arguments and our evidence in the proceedings. We're gonna go to the open court format. I'm gonna read a little something for y'all. If you're just joining us, this is Love and Order, and you can see as it gets hot and it gets a little bit unorderly in here, but this is Love and Order. I'm your honorable host, Judge Vibes in the building. We have our team 1 and we have team 2, Rick and Vic and L the Drug versus Dom and the Barber in the court today. Now we're gonna go to the open court. I'm gonna read a little something from the intranet that talks about the subject we're talking about today, and then we'll go ahead and go to what you guys have to talk about when it comes to open court. It says couples often have to navigate how much privacy each other needs and respects. Balancing trust and individual anatomy, each individual can have an idea of what privacy looks like to them. For some, this may mean not sharing location information all the time or not openly providing access to their phones. Ultimately, both people have approached privacy etiquette as a couple, but create clear boundaries about what is and what isn't okay. So my question for team 1 is, what do you deem necessary to have trust in a relationship when it comes to privacy? What is number one thing that you would say?
I require openness in my relationship, particularly. Outside of the law and order, I do require a sense of being able to be comfortable around each other, being able to pick up your phone. If your mom calls or if something happens and your phone rings or if it's a text message, like there should not be any, oh, let me go over here and take the call, let me go over here, let me go over there, because you know, we are together. Once we locked in, I'm not saying as soon as you meet someone, I should just be in your phone. I'm talking about we are in a relationship or even married. We are one at this point.
What's your take on that, Barbara?
Yes, I mean, somebody said a good word in the comments, transparency. That's a great word. Just being able to be transparent about anything that you're dealing with, like she said, being open. It's just about, it's not about I'm trying to invade your privacy. It's the fact of it doesn't matter if I do, because we're being transparent with each other.
I believe they did not, neither of them answered the question. How do you get to that place of trust? What they really answered was what they want. How does one build trust while giving privacy? They don't, based on that.
What does it mean to have levels in a relationship? Like, do you have to be at a certain, this is for Elder Drug and Rick and Vic, do you have to be married, or do you have to be a girlfriend and boyfriend, or can you be in talking stages? When do you elevate the privacy thing, and when does it go out the window? What do you think? What are your views on that?
I think that privacy never fully goes out the window, right? Because when we think about transparency, we think about openness, we think about consent. You understand? You have to consent to telling someone what you feel or your business or whatever the case may be. Now, part of that is in the commitment that you made whenever you get into a relationship. However, that commitment does not supersede all access to your privacy. Because if you did that, then there would be no individuality. And two individuals make up a pair. You understand what I'm saying? That's how a relationship works. And if someone can't maintain their individuality in a relationship, it's doomed to fail. I've never been in a situation where I consented to submitting my individuality and I came out on top. That is never, in fact, if you were to do a survey of all the folks in here, I'm sure that most people would agree. That's just simply impossible. We pointed out the word transparency. And I'd like to, transparency does mean openness. It does mean being able to communicate. But it does not mean force to communicate. It does not mean I do not have a choice in telling you my business. That's never okay. And if you are, literally, seriously, if you are in a situation where you feel forced to communicate or forced to tell people things that you're not comfortable sharing, you're not in the right relationship. You're not in the right situation.
First and foremost, to answer your question directly about levels, it's you get access to nothing initially with me. You get a little bit when we're talking, a little bit more when we're dating, a little bit more when we're living together, and you're getting about 50 to 60% when we're married. Because I'm still my own person, you're still your own person. We're gonna have boundaries with each other, respect, for each other, I feel it is disrespectful to be demanding of access to your partner's anything, unless they have given you cause to demand it. If they've given you a reason, why else would they, unless they haven't given you a reason, why else would they be in there? And when I was saying consent is such an important thing, and a lot of times what people understand too is the willingness to want to share. If that person wants to share something and that other person wants to share it, that's the choice within the relationship. But for one person to say, I need this, I want to see that, I want this, I need that, you have to, that's where the selfish word earlier I mentioned, and we're gonna come back to in closing statements, people, that's where that comes in. It's what you want for yourself based on the things you have inside of you. It has nothing to do with your partner. And that's a big key part to our argument here. You know, you can talk about all the facts and things, but if we want to get into conjecture and opinion, which our opponents like, that's something to really focus on. You cannot demand of another without it being something lacking within yourself. Drop the mic.
Good day. I appreciate that. That's amazing points. And we're getting hot. We're getting down to the dilemma. Hey guys, this is love and order. This is what I'm talking about. So all y'all, everyone who just got here, this is love and order. I am your host, Judge, the Honorable. Put some respect on my name, the Honorable Judge Vibes, with my two beautiful teams, beautiful people. We got Rick and Vic and L versus Domalicious versus OG the Barber. We're about to proceed into the third round, which is closing statements, and this is where you get to persuade the jury for the last time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead. I want to go down here and read. I want to read one comment that was made down here real quickly. OF Zazzy the Throat says, exactly what you lack is not the responsibility of your partner to replenish. That's pretty good. I like it's a good comment right there. I'm gonna read that off real quick. We're going to go into third round opening statements, and Jules says, but when we get into relationship, there are boundaries that are set of privacy. Everybody has their views on privacy in a relationship, and at every stage of a relationship, whether it be talking stage, beginning with whatever it is, marriage, everybody has their views on privacy and what they feel is deemed necessary. But we're going to go to third round, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams, we're going to go to closing arguments. This is not an ejection column. This is not time to object. Okay, so we actually guys respect each other and not object during the closing statements, and then we're gonna hear both teams go through their closing statements and be able to prepare the jury to make the best decision to who's gonna win this case. This is Love and Order. I'm Judge Vibes, and who's gonna have? We're gonna have the who's gonna go first? We'll have Team 1 go first this time. Rick and Vic and L will go first this time with opening statements, and then we'll follow up with Dom, Delicious, and Barbara.
Go ahead, Al.
All right, y'all. So in conclusion, it's as if you couldn't, you know what I'm saying, see where the pieces lie from our previous statements. In order to conclude, I'd like to first point out that trust doesn't exist if constant check-ins are necessary. The whole point of this, of checking the phones, of doing all of this, of invading the privacy, is to build trust. It doesn't happen. The other point of it was to prevent cheating. I know people who have cheated without cell phones. I know people who cheat if they want to cheat, and that's just what it is. And if you're with someone who just wants to cheat, and you know that, or you've discovered that, this is not going to help you build trust. I also know that in cell phones you can delete things, right? You can delete whatever you don't want people to see. So that doesn't necessarily prevent cheating, which is the point, right? Which is the basis of the argument. Checking one's phone does not stop cheating. Checking one's phone does not build trust. It builds insecurity. It allows it to prevail. And it allows it to continue in unhealthy ways, all right? Cell phones, again, are private for a reason. There are certain things that you keep on your phone. Literally, you can store your credit card information on your phone, and you trust that no one can get to it, that no one can see it. That's why there's backup passwords after backup password after backup password. And again, that is why it is illegal to go through someone's phone as an officer without consent or without a search warrant. My opponents here would have you thinking that this is a healthy way to proceed in a relationship, and it's not. It's actually detrimental to a relationship.
We're gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go to the other side and see if they have anything to say about what Elle just said.
I just like how my opponent is using things like force and all of these like violent words towards just looking in a cell phone. Like, the cell phone is not where you should be keeping all of your deep, dark secrets. It's not a privacy device. It is a communication device. It is literally the most device that you cannot be private with. Yeah, you might put your credit card information on there, but it also can be tampered with. Again, we're talking about an agreed upon relationships. We're not talking about random people. We're not talking about somebody who's trying to, my partner is not my enemy. My partner is my partner. We're on the same side. I'm not going to get in a relationship with somebody who's going to violate me. Again, this is not a forced relationship. This is an agreed upon relationship. If we cannot come to a term of an agreement about our privacy, and this is my requirement to be in this relationship, this is our terms. Like Bob said earlier, it can be used to build trust, or it has to be agreed upon what we're going to do in this relationship. Now, it might work for you to have, you want to say your individuality. You can still be your individual selves. Your cell phone is not you. That's the problem with this society. Me and this cell phone is not one and the same. My son goes through my cell phone. My mother goes through my cell phone, because there's nothing in there that I am trying to hide. And if I have things in there that people shouldn't be seeing, maybe you shouldn't have it in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember the core principles of this case: trust and privacy. And I would add a third, respect. First and foremost, nothing that was said by our opponents this entire case showed any trust of their partner. Not one single sentence. Not one. Every single thing that was said was about why I should be able to go through your privacy. Not one item of trust was mentioned. Where in any of this is the love of trust in the partner to allow them to have their privacy as they see fit? Nowhere. Our opponents would have you believe that just being in a relationship that was consented upon means that you agree with everything they want. Our opponents would have you believe that respect lies in, well, we're in this relationship, so we should just do it the way that I see the world. Our opponents would have you believe that it is not reflecting an insecure individual that has to have a need to go through your privacy. I would put to you, my partner has put to you, that love is trust, love is respect. Individuality lies in where that person sees it, in healthy boundary, not where your partner demands it of you. Listen to the words. She says violence in the words we have, but deep, dark secrets in a phone. I would put to you that is negative. Saying phones can be tampered with, it can be negative. Everything I hear is the phone is the devil. The phone is an object. The way the person uses it is the point. And if you have to go to the phone to find out about your partner, I would stipulate you don't know your partner. You should go to your partner. The phone is an extension of the partner. And for anyone who wants to say in 2024 that your phone is not you, this is not connected to reality. Take your phone and throw it away for a week, or throw it away for 2 weeks, and then tell me it's not part of your daily life together. In summation, Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what my partner and I have proven is love is respect, trust, privacy, and you cannot have those things without respect first. How's a respecting one to take from them? You're literally taking from them and saying, I have to have access to this, I have to. Nowhere in this was the partner agreeing, it was I have to. A lot of I's and me's. Okay, so what we're saying is we respect our partner, we trust our partner, we love our partner. Our opponents are gonna try and dress this up. They're gonna try and dress this up here in I trust in some jujitsu way. But I would tell you this, it sounds good because the truth always sounds great. Trust your partners and love your partners.
Protect the Rican.
Shout out to Rican, Vic, and L and Dom. Now we're gonna go to the barber for his last statement for the. Let's make it brief, y'all. We gotta go because we're about to go. While the jury is deliberating the case right now as we speak, let's let the barber get his last word.
Y'all finished or y'all done? Which one? Let's take it back. Let's go back before cell phones. So we're gonna bring it up to cell phones because if they can say history repeats itself. So before cell phones, we were a great, community. I feel like communication was a lot better. That's my opinion. But let's take my opinion out of this. Now we have cell phones where we can talk, we can communicate, we can text, we can communicate. Now let's bring it up to this century where everything is run through the cell phone. But first off, a cell phone is a communication device to text, to call. Now, if you use your cell phone for everything in the world, that's you, that's great. Me personally, I still use my cell phone for what it's for, text and call. But we're talking about respect and trust and transparency. And when all those things are said, if we're a couple, if I choose you and you choose me, guess what? We should be able to agree. And that means that if you ask something for me, I should be like, yes, that's cool. Go ahead, have your way. And if I ask something for you, it should be the same way. So at the end of the day, our opponents are trying to say individuality. Yes, we're our individuality, but at the same time, we still are together and we still have the respect to also communicate and go through each other's phones. I don't understand why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Because at the end of the day, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to hide. Now, it sounds like our opponents are some single people. Sound like they just out here, doing whatever. We were talking about relationship. We're talking about love and order, okay? We're talking about the fact that we can have trust and transparency. And that in a relationship, we have to be able to have that respect and understand that, hey, sometimes if I want to go through your phone, sometimes I might pick up your phone by accident, didn't even know, It shouldn't even have a lock password on it if we're in a relationship, We should just be able to, just go through it like nothing, So at the end of the day, it's all about the trust and transparency.
Thank y'all, everybody, for your closing arguments. What a strong case as well. If you're just joining us, remember, this is Love and Order. I'm your honorable host. Put some respect to my name, Judge Vibes. And we're here with my two amazing teams, Rick and Vic and L versus Dom and the Barber. We just heard first, second, and third round arguments. Opening arguments were amazing. We heard evidence from both sides, and we also heard rebuttals. We heard that the jury is now deliberating the case, and we're going to find out who is going to win this case. Jury, we're going to let Nikki up. All teams box down, and we'll go ahead and go to deliberation. Go ahead to the decision of the jury. Shout out to both my teams. I appreciate both of you. I shout out both teams. Man, amazing case, amazing statements, and we appreciate all of it.
Woo.
That was heated.
Wow. That was an exciting case. I'm telling you, that was an exciting case.
Very, very opinionated sides. We have some amazing people. We got the Barber, we got Rick and Vic, and we got Elder Drug, and we got Dom. Dom came with the fire. I'm really proud of Dom, came with the fire. I'm proud of L, came with the fire.
Right out the back, right out the gate, she was right out the shoe.
I'm looking for blood. And do we have any first aid in the courtroom? We might need some of that to clean up the blood off the floor. Do we have a decision?
We do. I was back there. I was talking with the jury. They just got off a call, making sure that they had all the facts of the case. It was really interesting. It was neck and neck. It seemed like they were going back and forth with who was winning on this case. I mean, there was a lot of good material presented here, you guys. A lot of good material presented here. But the jury does seem to have a very clear verdict, and the envelope was passed to me, and I will go ahead and read. Because of the last case, the jury right now still is a little afraid to come up and read the verdict. It was really heated last episode, you guys. I heard that there were some threats to the jury afterward, a lot of suspicious driving by in masks. Nobody was actually showing up when they opened the door or were around, looking around. But then, when nobody's there,
I had to call for some protection on my house. I had somebody driving my house. I was made my family scared. The babies were going crazy.
It was that kind. So hopefully they'll be back. Yeah, like hopefully they'll be back next week to come up here and speak with you guys. But right now they're taking it a little easy. They're like, Rican and the Barber and Dom and Elle, they look nice. They're presenting professionally, but they're a little scared. There was I am not afraid. Okay, here we go though. So it says, after careful deliberation, the jury has reached a unanimous decision in favor of Team 2, LV Drug and Rican Vic. In their argument, Team 2 emphasized the fundamental importance of trust and privacy within a relationship. They highlighted how the behavior of frequently checking a partner's phone is not only invasive, but also detrimental to the foundation of trust and a healthy relationship it requires. By referencing the right to privacy enshrined in our Constitution, they underscored the universal need for personal boundaries and respect. They argued that such invasive actions can lead to constant arguments and erode trust and those type of things. It seems like the jury was really convinced when they brought in that constitutional argument, right? Because that's something that hits home with all of us. As individuals, if we're out there walking, on the street, we want our privacy to be respected. And the jury agreed that in a relationship, we still want to be an individual who is respected. So, we see that big level up coming up right on that verdict. It seems like, I don't know who leveled up, but it seems like whoever leveled up, they kind of felt that verdict there too. So,
and they also became legal to buy alcohol in the Constitution.
Oh, is that what they did? They leveled up to 21? Okay, all right. We got that 21, that amendment. In case you guys did not know, let me give you a little history tidbit because I am Tag's favorite historian, Tag's favorite history teacher. In case you didn't know, the 18th Amendment outlawed alcohol in the United States. It was prohibition. Remember, at 18, you can't drink. But the 21st Amendment brought it back. And remember, at 21, you can drink. So you're never going to forget those amendments. And if you come on my show, I test you on it, you better not forget. All right, so congratulations, Team 2, for presenting a compelling and well-argued case. Team 1, you did well. You were trailing right behind.
Amazing. Shout to both teams. Hey, I honestly enjoyed both opening evidence and closing statements from both teams. Shout to both teams, man. Big respect, but in the court of law, justice always prevails and is always fair. Appreciate both sides. Again, this is Love and Order. I'm your honorable host and Judge Vibes. And this has been the completion of our court. Court is adjourned, but I want to leave you with the last statement from the court. And it says, relationships are all about trust. And for trust and you to trust someone, you have to know that they have your best interest at heart, after which comes the mutual agreement to be open to each other without judgments, seeking only to help the other person be better. If that's the case, then why are you hiding? Why are we hiding stuff, huh? Surely it isn't. It can't be good, and if it's not, it shouldn't be allowed to continue. That is my closing statement for the entire court. This has been, again, Love and Order.